Now, I recently made a trip to Hong Kong for work/holiday, and I was testing out two kind of audiophile products on the plane. Well, I actually only tested one, but I'll explain why in just a bit. Now, if you fly often and you get to enjoy in-flight entertainment, you might be watching your movies or listening to whatever they are playing on the plane using these crappy earbuds. Now this is a new set. I actually didn't use this on the way, both to and back. And these are earbuds, not noise cancelling. They use passive noise cancelling and they stick right into your ear. And it comes with this funny plug here. So this two-prong plug is how you plug into the Airline, and you will be able to get the sound from the movie into your ears using this crappy piece. Now, they actually engineered this. This is from SQ, Singapore Airlines. They actually engineered this so that when you flip it down, you can actually use it with your any other devices, including your phone, if it still has a 3.5mm output. Otherwise, you flip it back up and you are able to use this on the plane. But the sound coming out from this pair of earbuds is crappy at the best. So this product actually has made flying a lot more enjoyable. I don't enjoy flying, but with this product, it actually makes the whole flight a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more bearable. So what are these products now? This is a Ugreen transmitter and receiver, whereas this is just a Ugreen receiver. So I thought I was going to use this on the flight because, you know, the whole design of it, there's a 3.5mm stereo plug, and there is actually a USB plug. So there is no need for a battery. It is actually powered on the go as and when you use it. So some seats, they do have USB ports, so you can charge from there. Otherwise, you will need a power bank to do it. And then you will be able to get sound, right? But no, because this is only a receiver, which means to say you won't be able to get sound from the in-flight entertainment system into your earphones of your choice. So this is the actual product itself. Now, it is actually very elegantly made. One side is a USB connector and the other side is a 3.5mm phono jack. So I misunderstood how this works, so I couldn't test it on the plane because it is just a receiver. So the use cases are like maybe if you are driving a car and your car has an older stereo that has a 3.5mm input but no Bluetooth, you could technically power this up using the USB port in your car or a cigarette lighter port converter into USB power, and you could plug this end into the car for it to receive auxiliary input. And from there, you are then able to pair your phone's headphone output through Bluetooth into this device here. Now, this device is interesting because it actually has a mic built in. So the use cases for this is not really for flight. Now, I mentioned the car, but if you have something like maybe over there, I have a Sonos 5, and this Sonos 5 has a line in, but it has no Bluetooth. Now, this is before the Era series of speakers, which then supports Bluetooth. So if you're using the 5s and you wanted Bluetooth, this is actually how you add it. But note that there's no USB port on the 5, so you still need to power this guy from any other power bank or a USB adapter. Now, when you plug this end into your Sonos 5, you will then be able to transmit any audio from any Bluetooth transmitter like your phone or your laptop, and it will play on the device, and the whole operation is so seamless. The first moment you plug it in, it will search and you will see a Ugreen device there. You pair to it, and from there, any output that comes out via Bluetooth to this Ugreen device will actually play out via this jack right here, and this jack will then play the sound into whatever input that you have paired it up to. Now, there's another very distinct use case, right? Now, if you were, say, using a traditional headphone like this. So this is a HE400SE. Now, what's the brand? I can't remember the brand. But anyway, this is a Magna Planar headset. So it is actually pretty hard to drive and hard to get decent volume out of it. Now, if you were to connect this, right, if your headphone had any form of input, like for example, this is the Sony. This Sony WH-1000X-M5 actually has a 3.5mm port, which you can then plug in, and then this will become a Bluetooth headset. Oh, but this is already a Bluetooth headset. Well, so let's take for example this guy here. So this is a traditional wired non-powered headphone, right? So it requires a powered source and it doesn't have Bluetooth. There's no battery inside this at all. But what do you need? You actually need an adapter. Now I'm going to link a cheaper adapter, but this adapter is a female to female 3.5mm phono output jack. Now you won't need this because this actually has attenuation, right? So it will actually reduce a little bit of volume, and I use this for some other purposes, for lowering the gain on mics and all that, but you don't worry about this. I will link a much simpler, dumb, non-attenuated adapter in the description down below, and you can buy that, right? So you plug one end of the headphones into this, and this is the output jack, right? You plug in here. So all in all, basically what you need to do now is to then power this up. Now the moment you power this up, right, the light will blink right here, and your phone, you will be able to receive it. My phone, yeah, here it is, right? So it starts playing. Yep. So surprisingly, this device here actually powers the Stax headphone, no, not Stax, the Magna Planner headphones pretty well. So I mean, these headphones aren't loud in the first place to begin with, but I'm getting decent volume out of these. And the bass response is actually not too bad as well. So basically, you have now converted this headphones from a traditional non-Bluetooth headphone into a wireless setup. Wireless, kind of wireless setup. Basically, there's no wire between the phone or any device that you're playing the music out of into this setup, but this is hardly wireless, but well, you get it. So if you ever dream of taking calls, conference calls on your hi-fi and audiophile quality headset, then now you can do that. And remember, there is actually a mic that is built right into this USB end itself, so you can actually conduct calls, and your phone will actually register this setup as a Bluetooth capable device, capable of doing both audio playback as well as a mic. So I've gone on enough about this particular device here. I'm gonna stop it. Well, actually, to stop it, you just plug it out and the power is off, and you just stop it. Okay. Now, but what is important today is that we actually look at this device here. So this is the Ugreen transmitter and receiver, which I actually did manage to test out in the flight. So like I mentioned, you're going to get these crappy headphones if you are flying in economy class, and if you're lucky enough to be flying in business class, sometimes they give you a better set of headphones like the Bose, or rather something that looks like Bose. Is noise cancelling and is powered, but it comes with this funny 3-pin jack, which is actually only compatible with whatever is on the plane behind the seat. Now, why they do that is because they need to supply power using the bottom pin, and they don't want you to be taking those pairs of headphones. Those are expensive headphones, so even if you take the headphones out of the plane, you're not going to be able to use those headphones at all, right? But what you can do is actually to use your own devices on the plane in order to listen to music. Now, I've got to introduce you a very important piece of equipment in this setup, which is this adapter here. So you need this adapter on the flight, right? This I will be linking the buying link down below. Now, this piece here is important because it converts the Airline plug, right, which is this 2-pin, into a single stereo plug. These are mono plugs. Now, in the business class cabin where you have that 3-pin, you can actually still use this. All you need to do is to position it at the top 2 pins. So the 2 pins at the top and 1 pin at the bottom. The bottom pin is for power, the 2 pins is for audio, and these two goes right in. Now, why you need this is, well, very simply, we're not talking about any Bluetooth transmission here, right? We're just talking about, say, you're bringing a regular set, this analog set of headphones on board. Now you will plug one end, which is the regular 3.5mm stereo, into this female jack here, right here, and you plug it into the Airline in-flight entertainment system, and you'll be able to get sound in this setup. Now this setup is reasonable, but the sound is definitely going to be better, but these are non-powered, so there's no noise cancelling, and they are wired, which means to say you're still going to be tethered to your seat, and God forbid somebody wants to go to the toilet and you have to give way, you got to stand up, and if they are serving the meal and there's meal service going on, you got to fold the table tray and everything, and you are still tethered by wires. This is wireless audiophile channel. We want it wireless, right? So that's where the Ugreen transmitter comes into play. Now, this is the actual device itself. So if you look at this device, it is just a transmitter here. There's a power on-off switch. There's a multi-function switch here that also does the pairing. I will play the video to show you how it works because, I'm lazy that way. So here you go. Okay, so as you can see, you can do transmission as well as reception here. So you just have to flip the switch. There's a slight switch here. You flip it to TX or RX. TX for transmit, RX for receive. And on flight, I use it in the transmit mode. Because if you're going to be using the receive mode, then you use this device. This is only a receiver, right? So this has transmitter and receiver. So basically, you plug this adapter into the airline seat, and then you plug it from here, right? And this is your transmission. This is the only point of contact between your device and the seat itself. So plug it in right at the top, and there you go, right? Turn it on, and if you have already done the pairing as per the video that Ugreen has made earlier, you will be able to enjoy sound wirelessly between the seat, the entertainment system, and your ears. So you have full control over how you want to move. So even if you have to stand up to let another passenger off to the toilet, you can move so freely. Now, even if you are on a slightly longer flight, you want to stand up and stretch, it is not a problem as well. Just move around the seat. So I wanted to test the Bluetooth range of this. Now, I'm seated towards the back of the cabin, and it is pretty near the toilet. I would say this is 2 seats away from the washroom, right? So I actually went to the restroom and it was still playing. I could receive. There is a transmission range of 10 meters and it went through the restroom wall. So I guess that's the convenience of it. But I don't know. I mean, if you are listening to music, not a problem. If you're watching the movie, pause the movie lah. And another very cool aspect of this transmitter is that it is Bluetooth 5.0, meaning to say it is actually capable of transmitting to 2 headphones at the same time. So if you have 2 Bluetooth wireless headphones, you can actually hear sound coming from one single source at the same time. So if you and your partner wants to be watching the same show, well, yes, you can, but it's very rare that you share the same interest in movies between you and your better half, isn't it? Right? And basically, if you want to go, come on, watch your own shows. But yes, you can do it if you want. Probably only happens within the first year of marriage, I guess. So how does this sound? Now, the bar is actually pretty low because remember, we're coming from these passive earbuds in economy class, or even when you're using the sound cancelling ones in business class or first class, it is still likely not the best experience, right? Because I mean, I've tried the headset, and when I'm lazy to bring things, those will actually work in a pinch, but you really want your own stuff, right? So, I didn't bring the wired ones. I brought the Sony WH-1000 XM5. These are the Mark 5s, right? and I had them pair up. Now, because the bar is already set pretty low, I thought that, I would think that, well, it is acceptable, it is definitely a lot better, but it turns out that the sound quality is actually not too bad. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a placebo thing, right? But because imagine when you are flying, there is always the roar of the jet engine, and these headphones, they drown it out perfectly. So the noise cancelling on the Sonys are definitely going to be better than the ones that are provided by the airlines. So your noise floor is already reduced. And secondly, the transmission is actually pristine. Like I said, I made it to the restroom and I came back without a break in the transmission. There was no noticeable delay. Of course, the delay can be introduced by either side, right? It could be your headphones as well. But on this particular piece of the Sony, the 1000XM5, the WH-1000XM5, they didn't actually have any noticeable delay. So we know that the transmitter on its own doesn't introduce any significant delays at all. So with the noise floor lowered and the transmission quality to be rather high, I actually managed to hear almost everything, right? So when you're using the airline supplied headsets or earbuds, you actually won't be able to hear a lot of things, because first you're fighting with the sound of the jet engine, the roar of the jet engines. They drown out what you need to hear. But when I was watching some of the movies, even when the subtitle comes out and they say the rooster is crowing in the background, you can actually hear the rooster. So it is that good, right? So it made everything a lot more enjoyable. I enjoyed my flight a lot more because of this one simple device right here. Oh, by the way, did I actually tell you that it is chargeable by USB-C? So USB-C charging, fantastic. Usually devices that are of this price, I think this is less than $20 or something, and I'll put a link down below, and they come with micro USB, right? But this has USB-C charging. Now, one thing to note though is that when I tried to charge this in the plane using the USB port from the plane, the power supply was not clean and it introduced a hum. The moment you plug it out, then the hum goes away. So what I did was actually I switched the power supply to a power bank, and then the power supply was then cleaned, and then the hum was removed from the soundtrack. So you won't hear any hiss from there. Now that said, the built-in battery here lasts about 5 hours according to the papers. My flight was just below 4 hours and it lasted throughout the flight. I mean, granted, I didn't start the moment I stepped into the plane, but about 4 hours, you should still be good. Otherwise, keep it charged up using USB-C. Very, very simple. Now, there are two things that you need to buy. So this is the device itself that you need to buy. And the second device that you need is this adapter. So this adapter here, I'll put a link down below. It's a couple. You can find various options, but I'm going to link the one that I got here. This one is a dual mono 3.5mm to a single stereo 3.5mm. So common thing, don't buy it at an airport. They charge you like $10 for it. If you buy online, you'll probably get like a couple of dollars for a pair or even 4. Just follow the link down below and search the one that you want. Those are affiliate links. It helps me out. I make a couple of cents, and literally cents, when you buy these kind of things, and it doesn't cost you more. So you're not going to be paying a few cents more. So I hope this video is helpful to you. And if you are looking for a gift, now I was just speaking to a colleague of mine, and we were trying to figure out what's the next toy that he wants to buy. Now this guy is playing around with $200,000 hi-fi system. And we went through a couple of things. We even went through things like Nixie clocks. We went through lighting, microphones, speakers, so many things, home theater, ultra short throw projector, unified network system. He has everything. So I don't know what to buy for him, don't know what to recommend, but if you're looking for a gift for that someone, maybe this device here would do. $20. This is one of the best things that I have reviewed in recent years. And this pair here, trust me, it is going into my backpack for every single flight that I'm making. And of course, with a headphone of my choice, which in this particular case, right now, at this moment, is the Sony WH-1000XM5. Okay, that is all. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and I really hope that you can find the right gift for that important someone. It doesn't have to be expensive. These are cheap and they're not expensive, but they work really well and are very high quality. So I've placed all the links in the description down below. Do check them out. If you are using them, let me know. I would love to know that you have made a decision that is based on my recommendation, and I guarantee you this is not something, even if they did not send me these devices, these are the kind of things that I'll buy for myself. And Ugreen is a brand that I've learned to trust. They have been very great partners in creating stuff for this channel. It is a wireless audiophile channel, so not everything is about wireless audiophile. I love tech. I've met a friend in Hong Kong recently, and he's also into tech, and we had a great time talking. Tech people need to talk to tech people, and that's why I am talking to you. And these are my 2 recommendations from Ugreen at this point in time for the guy who is important in your life and he is taking flights often enough, or he has a use case for a Bluetooth receiver like an older car, or audiophile headphones. Now there are other buying links on Lazada if you're in Singapore, and on Shopee maybe. I'll just put all of them down in the video description below. Those are not affiliate links, so if you are against affiliate marketing, use those links, all right? And I don't really care if I don't make money from this, as long as you find them useful and you are able to buy them at the right price for you, then all good, right? I'll see you in my next episode.